Chris, you're the founder of a company called NoLossAgain.com.
That's right, Dave.
You guys specialize, if I understand it correctly, in a type of counseling mediation for people who are going through personal problems, any kind of trauma, specifically divorce.
Yes.
Tell me just a little bit, if you could, what the benefits are of someone of ringing you, coming to see you guys. What are they going to get away? What are they going to come away with? What will be the benefits if I come and see you guys?
A lot of people, David, in this situation, feel very fearful for the future. They feel they're losing something. They feel they've lost their spouse, or their spouse is going, and they don't know the way forward. We say that they don't know the way forward because their emotions are clouded, they're emotionally stressed, they're emotionally high and low. It's a very traumatic time. But there's a method which is 2,500 years old, which says that your perceived loss, your perceived negativity, the thing you perceive you're going to miss or are missing, there's actually a benefit to that. Now, to a lot of people, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, sure.
They just focus on the negativity. But I want to tell the viewers that's only because of their emotions.
Sure.
Because when a third party who's not involved looks at it, their emotions are much lower and calm.
Objective.
Absolutely.
Of it, yeah.
And usually people go asking a third party whose emotions are not affected to try and get some kind of meaning from the situation they're in. Because they can't get the meaning because their emotions are out of balance.
Sure. Okay.
The service we offer, which I think is fairly unique in the world today, there's only a few people around the world doing it, is a method of balancing the emotions to see the positive in the negative that they're experiencing.
Okay.
So that they can be almost like a third party looking in. They're not affected by those emotions.
Fresh perspective, yeah.
That's it.
Step out of the box a bit and say, right,
and look at it.
Perhaps I am accountable for where I am right now, and what can I do to go forward?
You're right, Dave. Now, the thing is, when somebody goes through a divorce, they go and see the solicitors. I'm not knocking solicitors, but it can add to the emotion. Your solicitor starts attacking the other.
It gets messy and gets ugly. And
it gets very involved, and you're paying money for that as well. And eventually the whole circus, the whole act, goes to court, where a man who has no emotions over it, the judge, makes a judgment. And one of the main reasons he can make that judgment is because he's got no emotional involvement. So what we're offering is, if we can be more like the judge, more balanced, have balanced emotions, see the other side, we can save money and we can get on with our lives and not be fearful of the future.
Okay. And now, how do you guys actually go about, what is the process of bringing people to this balance? What is the process of giving them this new perspective? I mean, do they ring you up? Do they come and see you? Can it be done over the phone?
It's a good question. It can be done over the phone, and it can be done face-to-face, and it can be done with a mixture of emails and phone calls, and that can certainly save money.
Okay. And is it generally, in your experience, a relatively lengthy process, or do people find resolution from their stress and trauma relatively quickly?
I'm glad you asked that question, Dave. We offer half an hour, 45 minutes, possibly even an hour, totally free. And the amount of benefit people do get out of that, which helps them make decisions and move forward without going through the whole process. It doesn't cost them anything. It's a free service that we offer. After that, we do charge, and it could be 2 or 3 hours over a 2 or 3 week period. But what we do to reduce the cost to the person is we give them homework to do. And yes, it does require effort. Okay. You cannot have your cake and eat it at the same time.
Sure.
You have to expend money and time and effort. But the rewards we guarantee are 100%.
Well, I suppose that's good from the sense that if they need to do something as well, it'll show people how keen they really are to get over whatever's troubling them. And if they have enough desire to better their circumstances, they'll go home and do the homework.
That's right.
If they don't, they'll leave it all up to you, and then they won't get the results.
Yes, that's so right, Dave. I mean, we can't do it for them. The answer to everybody's problem, and this is important, is actually in your head. We don't have the answers. This method that we've learnt is a method of questions. We've learned how to ask the right question to unlock the answer that you already know, but is locked behind an emotional door.
Okay, brilliant.
And that question that we ask opens that door to allow the opposite emotion back into play.
Wow. Sounds fantastic, Chris. Are there quite a few people worldwide in the country at the moment that are doing this, that are teaching this kind of, or providing this kind of technique?
In South Africa, there's around 40 trained facilitators. Wow. In the UK, and I know some of the viewers will be seeing this in the UK, there's over 100. And in America, I believe there's over 350 trained facilitators.
Wow, that's not a heck of a lot if you compare it to something like regular psychologists or
it's very few,
counselors
yes,
and so on.
but it's spreading very, very quickly.
Excellent.